Hey guys, what's going on? This is Mike Jewell with Pin Deep Disc Golf Videos. This is going to be our first episode. It's a course review. We're going to be down in Long Beach, California, and we're going to be playing a course called El Dorado. Today we're going to have my buddy Paul, who is a local pro over at La Mirada. Here are a couple shots of the tennis shop. There are plenty of snacks and drinks, fair prices, all that kind of stuff. Contrary to what you see here in the case, they normally have a very good selection.
Paul?
Last name?
Vrieling. 59559.
59559?
Yep.
That's a freaking cool number. We're going to start here on hole 1, like you do. This T sign is actually missing. It was destroyed or something. This hole does have a mandatory on the right-hand side of the fairway. There is a sidewalk running the entire left-hand side of the fairway. The OB is sidewalk and beyond. As you get up here to the library, you'll see that there's more concrete behind the basket that is also OB. The pin that we're going to be playing today is dead straight. My favorite pin is all the way over on the left-hand side. This hole, like many holes on this course, has a low canopy, so you're going to have to throw underneath that. Hole 2. This one's going to be in the straight, long position, right around 300 feet. It's a pretty wide open fairway here. There's only one tree at the very beginning that you shouldn't hit. Then basically you're going to have a low canopy right here at the end. What you want to do is you want to throw something that fades just before that canopy and skips right underneath, and Paul's going to show you exactly how to do that. He does go a little left here, but he's inside the circle, and I think he even hit his putt. Short little walk over here to tee number 3. Of the 3 pin positions that they have on this hole, this one's going to be on the right-hand side. And of these 3 trees that we're flying up on right now, this white one on the right is going to be a mandatory. You must stay left of that. Basically, you want to throw a flippy mid. You can chuck a sidearm up there, or if you're strong enough, throw a putter. This is my buddy Lou. He's going to do his flippy mid right there. I'm going to show you how it's done. On to hole 4. It's another low canopy shot. No mandatories, but you do have a sidewalk on the left-hand side that actually should not come into play. A lot of people like to go up and over that right tree right there for the big giant spike hyzer. I like to throw right up the pipe with a mid-range, but like I said before, low canopy, so you do have to stay under this branch that we're about to fly under right here. Lots and lots and lots of people hit that. There is a longer position that's pretty rad. It's another 100 feet. 80 feet past this basket. Paul's going to show you exactly how to throw it. Paul throws a lot of Innova. I think he threw a Thunderbird on this one. He throws a lot of Thunderbirds, a lot of rock threes. We're going to move on to hole 5. This one's in the short pin to the left. Again, sidewalk on the left-hand side and beyond is OB. Couple guardian trees out of the gate here. A lot of people run into those, but once you get past those, it's a pretty simple hyzer. You're just going to land right here at the base of this tree. Paul shows us how it's done. Hole 6, this is the short pin for this position. This is one of my favorite holes on the course because it's so versatile. Hole number 12 and hole number 6 interchange pin positions, so you can have a really long pin position here which plays as 12 short. This is actually the shortest pin that we have on this position, and on this hole. Paul's just going to throw a putter right up the pipe and basically just park it.
Nice shot.
Hole number 7. This is kind of a signature hole. It's a really long, low canopy shot. Again, you big arm guys can throw up and over the trees if you want to. It gets pretty windy up there. You see a lot of people throw rollers on this hole. A lot of people just like to throw right up the pipe and try to brave the canopy and just try to keep as low as possible. This is in the long right-hand position. You're going to see Paul do a crazy route that I've never seen anybody do. He went the right-hand route, which it's actually skinnier than it looks. He almost hit the pin. He's pretty happy about it. He almost hit the pin, skipped pretty far away, but he's in for 3 at least. This is hole number 8. This is actually my least favorite position for this hole. You're throwing from uphill, downhill, underneath the low canopy. It's a pretty tough shot, but I like throwing far, so I like to throw the big giant hyzer pin position that's that you won't get to see here. You're going to see two different versions of this shot. You're going to see Paul lace one right up the pipe, and you're going to see my buddy Lou chuck an overhand over the trees, and he's going to be just outside the circle, but good enough. On to hole number 9. You're going to see a couple people thinking we're the FBI here with this this drone. This is another signature hole. There's a sidewalk and beyond on the left-hand side is OB. There's normally a pin position that tucks right behind that tree. I try to show it to you. And then this one's out in the wide open. So as long as you don't hit any of these trees in the middle, you'll be fine. Stu shows you how not to throw this hole. And then he's going to show you exactly how you should throw the hole. And just throws one right up the pipe and perfect and parked it. Beautiful shot, Stu. That's Stu Mendenhall, Eldo local. We're going to move on to hole 10. Hole 10 has the tennis shop right next to it, so if you want to stop and get a drink or snacks and whatnot, that's your pit stop right there. This is hole number 10. This is the short pin for the left-hand side. This one also interchanges its pin positions with hole 11, so the longer pin positions for 10 play as the short pin positions for 11. Paul just threw a putter right up the pipe, parked it. Hole number 11, I think this is also the short pin. This one has some pretty cool pin positions on the right-hand side. This one is really just a hyzer with a putter. Paul's going to show you exactly how to do that. He's parked. Hole number 12, my favorite hole hands down on this entire course. This one has some, like I said earlier, has some cool interchangeable pin positions with number 6. 6 is long, can play as 12 short. Now, depending on which side the pin is on, will determine how the OB works. If the pin is on the left-hand side of the sidewalk and everything to the right is OB. This pin position is on the right-hand side, and it's long. It's like 550 feet. Well, you just want to bomb a long, overstable driver right up the pipe. He does that, and then it's just an easy pitch up for the 3 or the jump putt for the 2. If you can get it. I've never seen anybody to that position. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I've just never seen it. Hole number 13. I aced this hole a long time ago, but that was back in the day. It's pretty simple. There is a mandatory on this hole, but it's way over on the left-hand side. Doesn't really come into play, but it protects everybody over on hole 14. This hole does have a couple different pin locations. There's one that's shorter than the one you're going to see here by about 80 feet. There's another one that's a little bit longer and way over on the left-hand side where you will actually use that mandatory. Paul's just going to show you how it's done. He just throws a rock 3 right up the gut as hard as he can. He's just outside the circle there. He's going to be putting. On to hole number 14. We're going to have the tennis court is going to be OB, so make sure you don't throw over into the tennis court. It's a pretty straightforward hole. It's going to be right up here in this tripod of trees. You do have a little navigating to do. Make sure you throw a nice, clean, straight shot, and you should be fine. I think Paul throws a rock 3 on this one, right up the gut, and parks it. Perfect. And I show him how to putt with a rock 3, because I'm amazing like that. Hole number 15, this hole is pretty wide open, but you will be dealing with a kind of a headwind or right to left headwind up and over this hill. The hill's about 4 or 5 feet tall. You can't tell from this angle. Also, it's a blind shot. You're not going to be able to see the basket. So when you're walking to the tee, make sure you get a look to see where the basket will be. This hole does have a couple cool pin positions that are really long. This is a good grip it and rip it type of hole. Paul, I think, here's just going to throw a Thunderbird flat and let it hyzer out. And I think he's going to be parked. And now I'm going to show Paul how not to putt with a Thunderbird. On to hole 16. This is a double mandatory hole. The 2 trees here that we're going to fly right between, those are both mandatories. You're going to stay left of the one on the right and right to the one on the left. Then you're going to have the concrete that lines the tennis court is also OB. Also, you're kind of throwing downhill, so it turns into a low canopy shot because of where the pin position is. And you do want to be very careful if you are going to throw a hyzer. You want to make sure that you don't skip too far to the left and hit that OB. Paul's going to show you exactly how to throw this shot. He throws right up the pipe, hits the basket, and then rolls away 70 feet. Oh, man, what a great shot. He loved it. Hole number 17, again, the tennis court is going to be OB. The concrete lining the tennis court is also OB. We have a mandatory, you got to stay right of this tree right over here on the left. That doesn't really come into play on this position, but in the long left position, it definitely comes into play. You've got a couple low-hanging branches that you can't really see from the tee, so you got to be careful. You got to keep it nice and low. Paul's going to chuck one of his Thunderbirds right up the middle. He's going to get a couple good skips, and he will actually almost hit the pin. Hole number 18, this is another cool signature hole. This has lots of pin positions. All are basically straight within this grouping of trees up here. Right off the tee, you've got a low-hanging tree on your right-hand side. You got to stay underneath that. And this is in the, I believe, the medium position. There's a longer, cool position that goes way out. It's like 15 feet from the concrete. Paul's going to show us how to do it with a hyzer, which is the typical way that people throw this hole. Just throw a big hyzer out on the right-hand side and let it skip right over to the basket. But if you can throw a sidearm that far, I can't. But if you can throw a sidearm that far, there's a wide open window over there to do that. Hey guys, thanks for watching our first episode of Pin Deep Disc Golf videos. In the description below, you can find our full breakdown of our course review on El Dorado. I broke it down into 10 sections. Also in the description, you can find a link to our Facebook page where you can support future videos just like this one by buying maybe a t-shirt or some discs. In the future, we're going to bring you some player profiles. We'll also bring you some disc reviews, and we'll bring you more course reviews. So remember, have fun out there, and always remember, laying up is for basketball.